And then I'll allow the screen share in case we need that. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Today is August 16th, 2023. This is our monthly mastermind that we're doing with the entire group. And I'm so happy that Sherry Swift is available to talk with us today and share what she has. Sherry and I've known each other for years now, and that started just with a conversation at a trade expo. And then 2 years later, she joined EXP, and then now she's been, has it been 2 or 3 years, Sherry? 3 years?
3 years, going on four now.
Oh, wow, time is flying by.
Yeah.
So I'm just so glad that she could be here. She is, as a coach, a trainer. If you've gone to EXPCon, you've heard her speak there. She's amazing, inspiration, all of this. So I'm not going to talk much. I want her to talk. So Sherry, why don't you give your minute elevator pitch about who you are, and then we'll get into it.
Okay. Well, here we are in an elevator. So let me do my thing. Let me do my thing real quick. Hey, family. So I am Sherry Swift. I am in Southeast Michigan, but I am around the world, as we all are, with all of my partnerships and my support and my love and my care for everybody that we're in business with. I am a performance coach. I'm a leadership coach. I specialize in the real estate realm. I'm a former KW team leader, a former KW coach. I raise and build leaders in our industry. I have a passion for helping people understand what's available. And I believe that all growth happens from the inside and it projects to the outside. So that means nothing is available to you until you make the necessary adjustments inside so that you can become the person that's actually going to very easily do all the things that you need to do. So the biggest challenge that I believe we face on a day-to-day basis in our industry is people put all these really great things and ideas in front of us, and we go to these meetings and these conventions and we get all these really smart notebooks and we're taking all these great notes. And then we come into the room and into the space as the same person we were before we learned all of this. And you know, that person that we were, that person, they're not doing all that stuff. That person, they don't want to hear all of that. That person, they're not even open to doing those things. So you try to take all these new ideas and shove them onto that same person that we've always been, and it's not sustainable. So let me see your hand. If you had a good idea, you started something, but then you quit. Come on, put your hand up. Listen, every hand in here should be up, because if I had 5 hands, I would put all 5 of them up right now. And the problem here is the reason why you're starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping is because you haven't become the person yet that's capable of sustaining this mindset and sustaining this habit. We kind of want to jump right into the do. I'm going to do everything that I need to do to be great. I'm going to do it. 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 But then you mess around and show up as who you are and who you've always been, and immediately it's interrupted. So to me, Chuck, the big question is, what do I need to become in order to actually sustain necessary changes? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you ask me what's top of mind for me these days, I am consistently thinking about 3 things right now. I am thinking about AI because I do believe that I'm in love with AI. I love AI because, you see, it gives me no pushback. All it ever does is just provides valuable information. And so I am 100% in love with AI and how we can use AI to leverage our day-to-day functions and our day-to-day operations. And if you guys will give me access to the screen, and I can share my screen, then I'm going to mess around and show you guys a couple of things that you may already know, but if you don't, they are going to change the way you manage your social media. So I am in love with AI and I leverage it consistently. That's the first thing that's on my mind is AI. The second thing that's consistently on my mind is my digital resume. My digital resume, because you see, probably these days, in this world we live in today, 60% of the opportunity that we receive is as a result of someone that saw you on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And I hate to admit it, because I'm going to tell you something. For the longest time, I said I would never do it. But Sherry Swift has a TikTok. Now let me tell you what you're not going to see. What you're not going to see is you're not going to see me, like, look, that's not, that doesn't match my brand. I don't do that. It's not to say anything against anybody else. It's just not who I am. But there's a whole area of TikTok that's all about talking head and all about like explanation and teaching. And so, yes, so it's LinkedIn, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it is TikTok, and it's YouTube. And I got news for you. If you don't have a YouTube, by the time we're done here today, you're going to figure out why you need to have a YouTube, if for no other reason, but just to throw long form content on YouTube so you can take it and use it someplace else. So that's what's top of mind for me right now. Was that my 3 things? Did I say all 3? Look at your notes. Tell me, did I say all 3 things?
You got them in there.
Perfect. So that's what's top of mind for me. So I'd love to share a few of these things with you if you're up for that. And
yes, please do.
Give you guys some ideas, executable ideas that you can walk away with. I love that we are all in the same family. We are all in the same line. And anytime I get an opportunity, if Chuck ever tugs on me and says, hey, you got a minute? I'm like, I have a lot of minutes for you, dude, because you and Doug came in and changed my whole life. So I got a few minutes for you for sure. So let's definitely, I see you down there, Doug. How you doing? I see those pink pants. I love it. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Okay, so now I am going to share my screen. Do I have the ability to do that now?
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to share my screen. How long do I have here, Chuck? How long is everybody expecting to be together?
We have through the hour.
Okay. So let me start with ChatGPT.
Okay.
Any of you guys are rocking with ChatGPT right now? Do me a favor, throw me a thumbs up if you are rocking with ChatGPT. Are you rocking with ChatGPT? Throw me a thumbs up. Are you? Are you? If you are not rocking with ChatGPT, you are missing it. You are missing the opportunity. I told you that I'm in love with AI. I'm going to show you in just a few minutes why I am so in love with AI. If you are already rocking with ChatGPT, but you have not paid the $20 to get access to it whenever you want to, you want to go on and spend $20 for the unlimited access and for the ability to get to ChatGPT 4. I am a coach, so I am really big with lead with revenue. I don't want you spending money that you haven't earned yet. However, there are some things in this world that we exist in today that are 100% leverage. So ChatGPT is one of those things. Go on and pay for it for $20 a month so that you don't ever get that message that it's too full and it's too many people on it, so we can't let you in right now. And oh, by the way, we can't show you ChatGPT 4, which is the best version, because you're not paying us anything. So you want to go on and pay the $20. Now, the minute that you get on ChatGPT, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go and I want you to type in this statement. It says, in a minute, I'm going to ask you to write some copy for my business. This will include blog content, caption for Instagram posts, and sales emails. Before we begin, though, I would really like you to fully understand my business and goals. Please ask me 20 questions that will help you complete the task to the best of your ability. That's what you're going to type in for ChatGPT. Now, check this out. What ChatGPT is going to do next, and if I'm you, I'm just going to take a phone and I'm going to take a picture of what I just highlighted. Like, you could try to write it down, but like, just take a picture of it, okay? And so then what's going to happen next is ChatGPT is going to then ask you, okay, well, here's your 20 questions. What's the name of your business? What does it do? What's your business mission statement, your vision? Who are your primary customers? What's your unique value proposition? What's your company's tone of voice? professional, casual, authoritative, friendly. Can you describe your brand identity, the fonts, the colors, the themes? Who are your main competitors? What are the key features? It just goes on and on and on. Super sexy, I know, right? So it is asking you basically all the questions that you would normally be asked on a bar stool if you're sitting up there minding your own business and somebody comes along and decides to start a conversation with you. It is truly working to get to know you. You are going to then answer all of the questions in one box. So you can't answer question number 1, hit enter. Answer question number 2, hit enter. You have to answer them all. Does everybody understand this? In one box. You got it? And click answer it all in one swipe right down here, and then send the message. Okay?
Okay.
You know what's amazing about this? After you do this, it's going to come back and say to you, well, thank you so much for providing detailed information. Your responses give me a comprehensive understanding of your business, your goals, and your audience. And then it goes on to say, hey, listen, Swift Transitions Coaching, Consulting, and Training Company clearly has a profound mission to take realtors from where they are to where they aspire to be, providing professional growth through personal development, leveraging your coaching expertise and unique offering of your business, including revenue share opportunity, stock options, and international platform trading. I will create content that not only reflects your business values and vision, but also resonates with your target audience, encouraging them to engage more and explore more partnership possibilities. Now, let's move on to create some content. Oh, God. I'm like, you are absolutely right. This is exactly who I am. Love you. The thing, this is what I want you to know. Whenever I need something that is very specific to who I am as a coach, as a consultant, as a trainer, as an EXP collaboration leader, as an attractor, if I need anything, I'm going to come to this thread right here, because it's going to take all of that I just taught it, and it's going to give me exactly what I want, all the way down to my taglines and everything. How many of you guys say, I might be using ChatGPT, but I don't know if I'm using it? Throw me a thumbs up. Like, if you are like, oh my God, I have to do this right away, because I can see where it's going to customize what I'm getting back. Okay. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing. The next thing that I want to show you, and I said to you, listen, you got to get a YouTube. If we're not connected on YouTube yet, I'm going to want you to go over to my YouTube channel and follow me, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I used to say the primary reason that I have a YouTube is so that when my business partners, they're working to attract people, and they say, Sherry Swift is at the top of our line, and I'd love for you to meet Sherry Swift. You're going to have an opportunity to coach with her if you join us. I want them to have some place they can go and say, and here's Sherry. That was my primary reason for having a YouTube thing. And then I took a class on AI, and I learned how to take long form content and repurpose it. So when we talk about long form content, what we're talking about is, look guys, like all of this, you see this? This is just 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes here, 20, it's all very delicious. You should really subscribe and watch it all. It's just all just delicious, delicious, delicious. So now, this is all long form content, me teaching, motivation, inspiration, me teaching. But once it's on YouTube, that's where it lives. And we love YouTube because at any given time, someone can Google search something or search something on YouTube, and your video that could be 3 years old. I'm not joking you. Like you could have done it 3 years ago. And all of a sudden it shows up in their results. And now all of a sudden you've got a brand new fresh following around this topic. So your videos, they continue to live. It has nothing to do with algorithm. It has nothing to do with what's trending today as much as just you just finding your own tone of voice and staying to that consistently on YouTube. So like I said, the biggest thing on YouTube for me for the longest amount of time was it's a collection of content that allows me to be who I am in a space and in a place so that my partners can send their people there and can also come there themselves when they want to get a little something. That's what this was, okay? And then I messed around and took an AI class, and let me show you what I learned. So there's 2 places I'm going to show you really quick. The first one is Opus Clip. Opus Clip is a tool which allows you to drop your YouTube link right here. And then click this button that says Get Clips in 1 click. And what that's going to do is it will then turn your 20-minute YouTube into all of these clips. Oh my God, are you kidding? Like, I don't know if you're responding like I responded, because what we know to be a fact is that he that has the most content wins. Let's just face it. We live in a world where it is digitally noisy. If you are digitally invisible, you've got an issue. But hold on, Sherry, are you telling me that if I can get in the habit of talking on YouTube, talking on video for 10 or 15 minutes, cleaning up and editing that video a little bit, it doesn't have to be perfect, but then once I do that, just dropping the link onto Opus Clip, and Opus Clip will then say, here's what we think about this video. We're going to score this a 99. We're going to score this one a 92. We're going to score this one a 85. This one is 46 seconds. This one is 32 seconds. Both of those are really great IG reels or stories. This one is 1 minute and 37 seconds. That's going to work really well on TikTok. Okay, so it's going to give it, and it doesn't just cut off in unreasonable places. It finds the best places to jump in. And then what else does it do? Well, then what it does is it adds the captions. I don't have to worry about doing that. I don't know about you, but this was a game changer for me. It was a game changer. How many of you guys say, oh my gosh, if I could do one video and get 15 pieces of content from that, I would do it. That might be my motivation for getting on YouTube consistently. For every one, I get 15. It's like listings. For every one, you get 3 clients. For every one, you get 3 or 4 clients. So that's why we all know we list to live. Well, now you record so that you can have digital, just like lack of content, right? So you want to make sure Opus Clip is great. And then if I can share with you Video AI, VIDYO.ai. VIDYO.ai. So you may say, are these both the same tool, Sherry? And I would have to admit that they're very close. But let me share with you what the difference is. If I click on one of the videos that I've downloaded or uploaded to Video AI, and you can see that it gave me 3 videos from the one that I uploaded. But this one gives me the option of maybe I like this blue a little better. Maybe I like this black. Look at this orange. It's kind of like sexy EXP orange. I like that. I might like that. Okay. Oh, I kind of like this purple up here because my brand color is purple. You know, it gives you all of these different options. Well, okay, Sherry, but why does that matter? Because again, everything is digital today, and if we're going to put all this trouble into creating content, we want people to slow down and look at it. Yes or yes? Okay.
Yes.
So, video AI is better to me at zhuzhing it up a little. Right now, I have both because that's who I am. Eventually, I will get around to having just one. But video AI right now is kind of because it's just it makes it more beautiful. But both of them create captions. Both of them, and here's what I really love. And Chuck, you might like this. What I really love, Felicia and I did a video together when she was here from Toronto just last week. And we did it over Zoom, just like this. But what video AI did is it separated us like this. So this is what we got.
Nice.
So we were looking like we were right next to each other, but then it said, no, let's zhuzh this up a little bit. And it looks like this. But it would give us all of these different options to make it look a little bit different if we wanted to, so that we could share it out. You can add our names to it, add our logos to it. And so from this video that we did together, it said it gave us something like 15 clips, and it was about YEXP. And Felicia looked at me and said, I'm going to need to do one of these a week, Sherry. Thank you. because it's like, oh my God, that's amazing, right? Okay, so that's why I like video AI. So you said, well, Sherry, what's on your mind? I said, well, listen, AI is on my mind, and now you kind of see why AI is on my mind, because it's making our life so much easier. There's no need to be afraid. It's here. And it's not going anywhere. So we need to figure out how we can use it and how we can leverage it to make our lives easier. You do realize that you can go into ChatGPT and you can say, I need 30 days worth of content. Can you give me ideas? And if you say that after you do that first example that I gave you on ChatGPT, where you teach it how to think about you correctly, it's going to really give you 30 days of content. And then what you do is, after it gives you 30 days of content, you go, I use Metricool. You go to a content schedule. Now, the content scheduler I use is Metricool. But you've got Hootsuite, you got Buffer. There's lots of other content schedulers. So when you follow me on social, and I'm on social 7 days a week, it's not because I am posting 7 days a week. It's because I have the consistency and the habits and the tools to actually schedule out my content. Tell me if that makes sense to you guys, okay? So if you look on my Metricool right now, you'll see what's gonna post for me. What's going to post for me tomorrow. You'll see what's going to post for me Friday, what's going to post for me Saturday, all the way into next week. All of my stuff is done. Okay? So I'm not trying to figure out on a day-to-day basis what I'm going to post, what the great idea is. And so I am uploading all of my videos, my repurposed content from video AI or Opus Clip. I'm uploading it and I'm putting it there. If you say, Sherry, I'm just not ready for video. I kind of want to throw up a little just because you're talking. I'm just not ready for video yet, Sherry. Well, I don't know. I'm sure everybody in here has a Canva membership. And I'm just trying to figure out why you wouldn't at least go into Canva and just search real estate and find all of these great templates that exist that only need to be customized to you. And if you'll just take a few minutes in Canva and just make sure that Canva also knows what your brand is and what your colors are and has all of your logos uploaded and all of your colors in place, well, then when you find something on Canva that you're like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It just looks like me. I'm going to use this. But you say, but I think I'd like to kind of make it look a little more like me, because now Canva has all your brand colors. It'll immediately, at the click of a button, turn it into your brand. Very easy to do. So then I'm just dragging and dropping and putting in my Metricool so I don't have to worry. Okay, Sherry, that's great. So what I hear you saying is you're using Canva, you're recording long form video, at least 10 minutes, at least once a week. Those 10 minutes once a week turns into 10 or 15 clips that you can use as stories, shorts on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. And then you're saying that you also will use Canva to customize, and you taught Canva how to think about you so that it'll turn into your brand. And that's great, Sherry. But then, Sherry, the captions piece, it's gonna kind of get me. What do I say once I do these videos? Well, then I'm gonna go back to ChatGPT. And I am going to say, okay, if I go to ChatGPT, I might say, can you do me a favor? I'm looking for one that I just did yesterday. I might say, can you do me a favor and give me a caption for this video or for a post that says this? And here's what I'll do just to show you. I'll say, can you give me a caption for a graphic that speaks to growth on the inside out, and make it around realtors? Please do it for all platforms. It says, certainly, Coach Sherry, because I told it that's what I needed to call me. Like, don't just talk to me without using my name. So certainly, Coach Sherry, here's a caption that speaks to the concept of growth from the inside out, tailored to realtors and suitable for various platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and more. So then it gives me this one, okay? And I'm gonna say, well, great, and thank you. Can you break out the platforms and don't forget hashtags? Okay, so it's sending me some code right now. That's not what I want. But what it's doing is it'll break it out for you so that you can literally like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And literally like you can copy this code and throw it in, copy this code, throw it in, copy this code, throw it in. And it's got your hashtags, it's got everything in it. If you can just play around with ChatGPT, you'll find that it'll do exactly what you're asking it to do. Okay? So these are just a few reasons why, and I'm opening up my chat here to see if there's any questions. And so this is just a couple of reasons why AI, I can just go on and on and on, and we don't have enough time. But it's like, it's literally an all day long conversation on AI right now. Okay. So, but these are just a couple of things that I'm just like, you need to start using like yesterday. You need to start using these things yesterday to get in front of AI and how you can utilize it. We will talk another time about you utilizing AI, copying your voice, and you being able to utilize your voice with a AI avatar to talk to your listing appointments, to confirm that you're coming, to talk to your buyers, to confirm what comes next. I mean, it's bananas what's coming, and you need to know how to utilize all the tools because it's just all about leverage. It's all about leverage. So that's why AI is top of mind for me right now. Somebody remind me, other than that, what did I say? I think I said my digital presence. So, and my digital resume, right? And so that's me talking about making sure that we are represented everywhere across all of those platforms that we talked about in the beginning of the call, and making sure that we are scheduling it out so that we're not taking responsibility for every day having to come up with something amazing. Does that make sense? Okay. So yeah, so our digital resume is extremely important today. If you're not on all these places, we're missing it. I just made it super easy for you to get on all these places. And if you're like, you just gave me some directions, but Sherry, my memory sucks. And so if this is not like the GPS in my car that's telling me turn left right now, turn. If that's not what this is, then I'm going to miss all of this. Well, then I bet that Chuck is recording this, and I bet that you're going to have an opportunity to rewatch this and to revisit this if you feel like you need to. And then I am always just, a quick text message or a message away. So don't hesitate to reach if you have any questions. And then what was the third thing? Somebody remind me, what did I say was the third thing that we were going to talk about? Somebody? Anybody? Okay. And maybe I already covered it because we talked about a lot. And we talked about
Well, you
a
know
lot.
what? Let's shift a second and talk about this is all amazing, and I wrote down as much as I could, but you're right, we are recording it, and it's on our YouTube channel, Magnetic Wealth Experts, and we'll be sending out a link to the recording so you'll have it because you want to go back and watch this. Let's talk a second about scheduling, working by our calendar, and because it's going to be like, okay, you just flounder, we'll hang up from this call and then, life gets going and we don't do anything, so working by schedule. What's your take on that?
Well, anybody who knows me at all knows that time blocking, I believe that if you're not time blocking and if it's not on your calendar, it's not real. It's got to be on your calendar. And if it's not on your calendar, it's not real. So I think that the greatest challenge that everyone faces is they think that they come into the real estate industry because they want freedom. I tell them it's the 3 F's: freedom, flexibility, and finance. That's why they come into real estate. And very quickly they realize that you can't get flexibility or finance if you're not willing to let go of the freedom. You are going to be less free than you ever were when you worked for anybody in your entire life. So you have to wrap your mind around the fact that this is your business. It doesn't belong to anybody else. Work, eat. So therefore, you have to block the necessary time to do all the things that matter. Now, with that being said, Chuck, everything doesn't matter. Everything doesn't matter. But we have a tendency to get caught up in things that don't really matter. And we make ourselves feel busy instead of like we're in the business. So we're in the busyness, not the business, right? So, everything doesn't matter, but I'll tell you what does. Lead generation matters. Lead generation every day matters. And, we could just it's coming out of our ears, it's coming out of our head, it's coming out of every place that has a hole. We're like, lead generation, lead generation, lead generation. But the reality of the situation is it's just that important. It is just that important. What is lead generation? It is your ability to talk to other people about what you do for a living and asking them, is there anything at all that I can do for you? Or do you happen to know of anyone that I should be talking to right now? That's what lead generation is. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't freak yourself out. It's you saying that at least 10 times every day, I'm going to walk up to 10 different people and I'm going to say, hey, listen, my name is Sherry Swift. My team and I, we sell real estate in all of Southeast Michigan. We really love what we do. We can't wait to be a resource for all the people that we care about. And we were wondering if you might happen to have somebody in your life that's like that right now or not. If not, we'd love to earn the right to be that person. If you don't mind, let's exchange contact information really quick, because I'd love to do that if you'd like to do that. And we can exchange contact information so that if you ever need somebody that you can depend on, you'll know where to find me. Like, can you do that 10 times? Can you do that 10 times a day? Right? And then if you're lucky enough to get the information back from people, then you're going to take it and you're going to drop it into your KV core. So you time block time for lead generation and you time block time for database management. Because if you're not rocking that KV core the way that you need to be rocking that KV core, you are missing out. I've used every CRM that's out there. I have coached and trained around every CRM that's out there. KV Core has it all, but you got to know how to use it. So you need to jump into eXp Enterprise. Does everybody here know where to find it? The Agent Success Plan on KV Core. Is there anybody in here that can say, Sherry, could you do me a favor and show me where it is? I have no idea where it is. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. What you need to do, and if you know this already, just bear with me, but I'm doing this for all the people who are like, I need to know. And then a couple other people who are like, I need to know, but I just don't want to tell you that I need to know because I've been here for 650 years. Okay, so expenterprise.com, you're signing in like we always do. And then you're going to go down to your KV Core. You're going to jump into your KV Core, and then right over here to the right, you see where it says courses, Agent Quick Start. Oh my God, we love this. It's classes. So this is setting up your KV Core. Oh, look, video, action plan, all that. Managing your contacts and automation, getting familiar with your websites and listings, fueling your pipeline. Everything that you could possibly need for KV Core is right there. Okay? Take a minute to learn to use your KV Core. Because inside of KV Core, you can do not only drip campaigns, but for every person that you meet when you're out doing your 10 a day, when you're out doing your prospecting and you're talking to people, for every person that you meet, if you happen to know where they live, you could do a unsolicited CMA for those people. And you can do the unsolicited CMA right through your KV Core. So you go to your KV Core, you put in their address, you do a cloud CMA and shoot it over to them. I know you didn't ask me. I just thought I'd let you know this is what your home is valued at today. Please let me know if you have any questions. And listen, I don't know. I double dog dare you to do 10 of those a week. Do 10 unsolicited CMAs a week and watch what happens. If you send enough of those out to people who didn't ask for it, somebody's going to go, So lead generation must be time blocked. Database management, which is your CRM, your KV Core, must be time blocked. Social media content creation and scheduling must be time blocked. Listing appointments, buyer appointments, obviously must be time blocked. And then if you are organization building, if you are attraction must be time blocked. Those are your 5. Everything else, I'll get around to it when I can. And if it falls off for the day, it's gonna be there tomorrow. But these are the things that feed me. So these are the non-negotiables. Everybody got that? Okay. So Chuck, that's how I feel about time block.
That is so true. I mean, if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist, and you open up your calendar and you see, like today I had, the time before this was our new agent orientation, and it's on the 3rd Wednesday of every month. It's already blocked. And when someone says, oh, can I get together and do, but I'm like, let me look at my calendar. And if it's not in there, then yeah, it's open, but if it is, and you got to protect the time, right? Protect that space.
Right. Exactly right. Exactly. So what else did you talk about today?
Well, I wanted to just, because I know everybody's saying, oh, what do I make a video on? I want to go back to that a second. I heard years ago, and I did this, and it's how I started on my YouTube channel. Every question that buyers and sellers ask you over and over, make a video on it. It could be 20 seconds on we just got an accepted offer. Now what do we do? What's inspections? What's an inspection contingency? That's an idea on short little videos. Another one is people on your town, walking around your town or city and talking about whatever attraction is there and tagging that correctly. People maybe move into that city and will find you and discover you. There's a agent out there that does a whole course on this. And you're right, video is just so important. There's just so much, and none of us like it. All of us say, I look bad on video or whatever. I'm just going to say strong words. 3, get over it, because it matters, and if it's keeping you from succeeding, then learn what you need to do to tell yourself to get over that. Right.
That's right.
And then the other thing I want to talk about is on AI. I know EXPCon is going to be heavily focused on AI. Glenn said that at shareholders. Yes. And you spoke recently at one of the EXPCons. Talk about your thoughts on EXPCon. Yes,
well, it's a non-negotiable for me. We're in the house. We're going to be there. I hope to see all of you guys there. And it is the opportunity to not only be fed and to scoot up to the table to be fed, but let's just face it. We say out of one side of our mouth, like, I want to be a rock star. I want to be the 1%. I'm going to win. I'm going to do this big. We say that out of one side of our mouth. And then out of the other side of our mouth, we go, oh my God, how much money is that? Oh my God, how much time am I going to have to be gone? And we make excuses. Here's the thing. I can't afford to not be in that room because of who I am. I have to be there because of who I am and who I've decided that I'm going to be. So if you want to be that person that is in that top 1% of our industry that says, I'm going to pay to play. I'm going to be, how many Hamilton fans do we have? I'm going to pay to be in the room where it happens. I'm going to be in the room where it happens. And if I'm going to be in the room where it happens, and if I pay to play, if I'm going to pay to play, that means this is a non-negotiable for me. Now, when I get there, I'm going to eat everything at the table, but you got to get to the table first. So I think it's a non-negotiable. And then once you get there, you just make sure you better reach to everybody who you're like, I want to spend some time with you. I want to spend some time with you. I want to spend some time with you. Are you kidding me? It's so many rock stars that you see in these classes and in these meetings that if you just reach to them and say, can I get 10 minutes? Can I buy you a cup of coffee? Can I catch you in the hallway? They're all going to be like, yeah, of course. This meeting should change your life. It should change your life. So yeah, it's a non-negotiable. Yeah.
Yeah. I put it in my calendar and I build around that,
Yep.
It is non-negotiable. That's the way to say it. And as far as somebody that says about the cost, if you work it right, if you're really, getting people's cards, I don't say hand out your card because a lot of times people don't get it into their database. But if you're getting their cards and you're putting it in there, you're going to meet people and get referrals. I have gotten referrals from all these conferences that I've gone to over the many years. I've always gone to every conference that was part of the company that I was with. But you're right, it's non-negotiable, and it's who you meet, and later you'll need something, you'll think back, okay, that's what they were talking about, and it'll make sense at that point.
Be, do, have. We talked about it at the top of the call. Be, do, have. So you can't all of a sudden think that you're going to have all of these amazing things. You're gonna do all these things that are really important, but you haven't become the person that's going to do it. You got to become the person. So you got to become the person that looks at EXPCon and says, it's a non-negotiable. Of course I'm going to be there. Of course I'm going to be there. It's a non-negotiable, right? So be first. And yeah, duh, to me, like referrals are a no-brainer, but I think that who you become as a result of being in that environment is what is so much more valuable. I mean, it's just, listen, let's just face it. We spend $100 a week on Starbucks. I mean, we spend, I don't know what your DoorDash looks like, but one of my agents in here showed me what their DoorDash looked like, and I almost had a stroke. I was like, how much do you spend on DoorDash every week? So, I mean, the habits that we have and the things that we exercise in lifestyle, it's all amazing, and I love it all because it helps us to support who we are. But you can't say, I'm going to do all of those things, but then when there's something that's designed to help you become who you're supposed to be, you're going to say, it's just a little bit too much. I got a whole baby that's supposed to be born in December, Chuck. My daughter is having a baby, and that whole baby is being born in December. So I'm just like, that would have been about the only thing that would have kept me from EXPCon is if my first grandbaby was going to be born in December. That might have been the one I would have missed, but So
And that's true. Yeah, it's what's important to you. Really, it just comes down to it. And I think that we're all wanting another sale. We want business, and you want income, and you want the freedom, and all of that has to offer. And I'm big on FOMO. I'm afraid I'm going to miss something, so that's why I got to know it. And I love that video that breaks down the little segments. I think that's amazing. And I want to comment on the Katie Court, just so everybody knows, that's free. It's totally free to you to use. So it really all comes down to, we just got a fire hose of stuff coming to us, and you have to pick what's the most important, which she's broken it down, and schedule it. And that's great, is that scheduler that you could schedule out your content for 30 days, right?
I do 30 days at a time. Yep. So it takes me 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours to do 30 days worth of content. So I close my door. I look a hot mess on that day. So I'm like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. And I'm sitting here and I am just content. And 30 days work. And I'm done for the rest of the month. So then all I have to focus on are my stories, because your stories are actually what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. That's what your stories are. They're very natural, authentic, like what you're doing day to day. So it leaves you open to do stories and to be authentically in the moment that you're in.
Yeah, and I at shareholders, I learned about the Instacart, and how all of your social media is linked to that. And so before you go to a listing appointment, you can send something to them showing all this stuff that you have, and they feel like they already know you by the time you get there. And I guarantee you, I'm sure you'll agree with this, Sherry, the other agents are not doing that. Right. And then we just took a listing last week, and it was referred to us by a former client, a neighbor. And that neighbor, I think we sold the house maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And so over the course of time, by our client getting information every month from us in some form or fashion, heard when this person said, I'm going to sell my house, and she said, you got to call these guys. And then we got on a call with them right away. That was another thing I learned from that. She was impressed how quickly we replied to the text that she said, I'm thinking about moving. When can you talk to me? And that's a whole other thing with timing and everything. But she said, my point of this, she said, I'm going to be talking to other agents, just so you know. And so on the call, I said, what is it you're looking for in an agent? so that I knew what those things were, because when she was going to say, okay, we'll talk to you later after we talk to these other agents, my question was going to be, well, what have we not told you? What are you still looking for? Because we can answer that.
Exactly.
Right. And people list with usually the first agent they talk to. We know that from statistics. One thing I was going to mention, I read yesterday an article about how it's always a good time to buy. And so people are always saying, oh, right now it's not a good time to buy. Interest rates are too high or prices are too high or whatever. That's another topic for a video. When is the time to buy? I bet a lot of people would click on that. Okay, we're at the top, reaching the top of the hour. I wanted to see if there were any questions anybody had. I will say that if you're like me and you're saying, oh, wow, she's got me so energized, click on her website, join her social media. And if you need a Sherry video every morning, get you going, or afternoon or whatever it is, you can click on that, So has anybody got any questions they want to share, or maybe just even if you learned something that you want to comment on?
Come on in.
See, do we have it?
I've got a question.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hey.
Okay. Hi.
Yes. Hey, Kate.
How are you? What a great presentation. Thank you so much. Like, this is such really great information. Like, I took a whole bunch of notes.
Yeah.
I think I've got my ring light, like I've got my nice camera, like I've gotten the stuff to get set up to start doing content. I think where my struggle is like, how do you really what are the steps to take to really identify what your brand is? Like, how do you figure, because you have such a clear message, you obviously know exactly what you want and what you're doing. I feel like I struggle with that sometimes. How do I find, what are there questions I should ask myself, or how do I figure that out?
I love that question. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to draw a triangle. Draw on a piece of paper, just draw a triangle. Okay. At the base of the triangle, I want you to write realtor, because that's the base of who you are. That's the whole reason why you're probably even doing a YouTube channel in the first place, right? So you write realtor at the base. There are 3 little points to that triangle, right? Okay, so if I were filling out my points, on the first point, I would put travel. I would put travelholic, travel lifestyle, because me and my wife love to travel, okay? So I would put travel. Okay. The next point, the one at the very top, I might put fur love, because we have 3 fur babies. We've got 2 Shih Tzus and a teacup Yorkie. He's the mean one. He's 4.5 pounds soaking wet. Good luck to your ankles if you walk through on the wrong day. So I'm going to put fur love at the top. And then the last point, it depends on what time of year it is and what's going on. But right now, in all transparency, I'm talking a lot about health and lifestyle, because I have a Peloton bike. I've had it for quite a few years. I was 600 and some odd rides into my Peloton when I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. Boy, I'm going to tell you something. That rheumatoid arthritis will sit you down. I am talking about everything in me was hurting. I had to buy a cane. Chuck, let me tell you how unsexy that is. I'm like, oh my God. It was so bad, sometimes I couldn't stand up. Now, through physical therapy and getting myself back together, I'm back on my bike again. But I'm back on my bike back as a newbie. I'm back on my bike doing low impact rides. I'm not doing the crazy stuff I used to do. I'm back on my bike at 0. So there's a whole nother coaching session about being okay to go back to 0. So now let's look at the triangle, right? So now the triangle is, one day I'm going to do a video about my real estate stuff and about leadership and about growth and about mindset. The next day, I'm going to do a video about what? What is it, Kate? What did I say next?
You said travel.
Travel. I'm going to do a travel video. I'm going to talk about the importance of whole life happiness, the importance of, life balance and all of that. The next one, I'm going to do a video about fur babies and how they provide peace and stillness and how I love my fur baby. The next video, I'm going to do a video about health and wellness. I might talk a little bit about my rheumatoid arthritis. I might tell my Peloton story. See, what I want you to know is it's not all real estate, because you're going to bore people to pieces. They cannot stand to hear you talk about real estate every time they come to your channel. So it has to be a mix of not only what you do, but who you are. And if you can mix that well, it's going to resonate with the right people. And in that way, you attract the people that you actually want to do business with. They're like, you look, you so before you know, you're spending time with all these people, Kate, that you're like, oh, and you know, every now and then we run into people where we go, oh, I don't ever want to see you again when this is over. But that lessens that because you're attracting people that are like-minded. Did that answer your question?
It does. Yeah, it definitely gives me a good foundation. I like that a lot. So it's about being genuine, right?
Okay, get out of your way and just go do it. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add, Kate is a very successful agent, icon and beyond, and has a team and does an amazing job at running a big business.
Yay, way to go, Kate. Go talk about it now. Okay, go talk about it.
Lisa Gold was raising her hand.
All right,
Hi.
Lisa.
Hi, Sherry. So great. I'm going to watch this again and again and again. I'm a great marketer, but I'm not good at social media. I'd love to be on video, but my question to you is A, what do you film yourself with? B, what's your favorite editor? Editing, easy, easy, easy. And
Yes.
C, do you do it all yourself or do you have assistance with this?
Yes. Okay, so I love the A, B, and C. So first of all, A, I don't know if this is the order, so let me just answer the questions. I do it all myself. I do it all myself only because I have the right tools and I'm time blocking it. Do you understand that? Like I am time blocking it so I can do it all myself. Okay. So I do it all myself. So this is not me talking to you about stuff that is outside of my realm. Okay. I record most of the time with this. This is not even an Apple. Like I am not an Apple head. I'm a Samsung girl. So yeah, so I use a Samsung has better cameras anyway. So I use it. Okay, all the Apple people are like sending me negative stares. Okay, but I use my Samsung, and this is how I record. I do have a camera, but I find that that's more difficult because then I've got to transfer information, blah, 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 blah. So I would do most of my recording right here. When I'm recording for YouTube, it's in my ring light like this. When I'm recording for stories and for Instagram and for shorts, it's like this, right? And this is what I use most of the time. I use Power Director for editing. And then to make it even easier than Power Director, because Power Director can be a little bit intimidating for somebody who's like, this is new for me. So to make it even easier, there's one called VEED IQ. VidIQ. It is so easy to use. It is so user friendly. So I would suggest if this is new to somebody, like use VidIQ. It's going to be plenty.
I'm sorry. Are you saying VIID or VEED? Okay, V. Okay, Vid. Okay. Thank you.
The VidIQ is going to do everything you need it to do, but most importantly, just don't worry about. Don't overthink it. Just don't overthink it. Just don't overthink it.
And that's what I do. So thank you.
Just don't overthink it. And if you're looking for little chunks of video for B-roll, and if you're looking for little chunks of video where like you're talking about people overthinking things and then you want to show a video of somebody sitting there overthinking something, that's called B-roll, right? So if you're looking for B-roll, I use story blocks, and story blocks gives you the opportunity to download for a monthly fee. You can download as much B-roll and as many pictures as you need to.
Okay. We used to be able to save the chat here with the with the ellipses, but I'm not seemingly able to do that for all the resources that were mentioned.
Screenshot it.
Yeah, you use a screenshot.
Right. I'll just watch it all again.
Yeah.
Chris, will you screenshot those while we're ending here? So we're at the hour. I just want to say that the first thing you can put in your calendars, and I have one friend of mine, a coach, Hank of Inc., and he would always say, throw out a date to me on his calls. And so they'd say November 10th, 2018. And he'd open up that calendar and show you everything he was doing. The point is, the calendar should be full all day long, even if it's full of personal time with yourself, right? So this call, I hope everybody's found value, and I know I have. I've taken a lot of notes. I can't wait to jump on some of these sites that I didn't know about. Put in your calendar the third Wednesday of every month, and just hit repeat every third Wednesday of every month this time, because we're bringing things of value to you, and it should be blocked. And then that's the first thing, because I know some of you probably don't have anything in the calendar this week or next week or whatever, and start now, whatever it is. And anyway, Sherry, thank you so much. You've just given a wealth of information. I had no idea what all you were going to hit on, because I knew whatever it was, it'd be very valuable. And I want to acknowledge we got several icons on here. Dan Coos is on here, and let's see who else. Denise is on here. Icons are big agents, so I know you're very busy, and that's taken a lot of your time to come to this, and I hope you got some value. Also, share this video with other people, non-EXP agents. And back to EXPCon, with every registration, you can bring a person for free that's not an EXP agent. They have to be licensed, but you can bring somebody with you.
Didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah. So you can bring somebody with you, and then the registration's free, and then it's just a matter of the hotel and airfare to get there. So anyway, thank you so much, everybody, coming today, and we'll see you in next month on the third Wednesday at the same time.
Hey, Chuck, I just want to add on to that the two people that we brought on the passes for shareholders both signed in as an agents. They are both currently agents. So two of us brought one person each, and they are now EXP agents. So invite.
Is it no wonder that Denise is an icon agent? She's on it. Thank you, Denise, for saying that. Sherry, did you have something else you wanted to say?
I was just gonna say, I hope to see everybody in Vegas. And if I don't see, if you're coming to Vegas, send me a message on one of my places saying I'll be there, so we can make sure to bump into each other, and just connect with me on my places so we can stay in contact. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks so much. I'll see everybody soon.
Have a great week.
Thanks for
Thank
everything.
you.